In this video, I'm showing you my top 3 shoulder exercises for round 3D delts. One exercise each for the front, side, and rear heads. And for some extra scientific credibility, I'm bringing in exercise scientist Dr. Mike Israetel, who's going to share his top 3 as well. Up first, front delts. Now, a very common mistake here is actually giving the front delts too much volume since they already get a lot of stimulation from any chest work in your program. In fact, this German study from the 1990s found that bodybuilders have 5 times the front delt size as non-lifters, but only 3 times the side delt size as non-lifters. So they often are overemphasized. Would you agree with that? Like side and rear are more important from a bodybuilding standpoint?
I take that even more to an extreme perspective.
Yeah.
I agree with that so much. I go overboard and I say rear delt training is overrated as well. If you're training your back properly, your rear delts should be very well developed. You can just pour a lot of volume into the side delts. Right. And also visually, if you ever see someone who has big shoulders and you look at them, you're like, oh, those delts are really big. Almost in every case, it's the side delts that are actually very big.
Yeah.
And the rear delts, of course, construct the rest of it. The front delts matter, but it's side delts that really count. So I think side delt training should be 70 to 90% of delt training.
Wow. So while the side delts are clearly the most important, the other 2 heads still complete the 3D look. So let's start with the anterior or front head. My number 1 exercise here is a machine shoulder press, and that's simply because being seated increases stability, which will ensure virtually all the tension is being directed to the shoulders, where you want it. And secondly, most people can push machine exercises closer to failure without worrying about dropping the weight or breaking technique. And I like this Panada machine in particular because it allows for a huge range of motion and a big stretch on the front delts in the bottom. So one thing I noticed training with Mike on his channel as well, he really emphasizes controlled technique and a deep stretch. And also in the stretch position, he tends to do a lot of pausing, which can be very humbling in terms of the amount of weight that you use. So that's something I actually don't typically do. I'm a little bit more of like a constant tension guy most of the time. So that's been really cool. I feel like I'll continue implementing some of that in my training. Cool. Oh, and another thing I like about this machine is that it's unilateral, meaning each shoulder is forced to work individually, which can be great for fixing any left to right shoulder imbalances.
That feels really good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. A panata. Is that okay to say?
I'll usually hit these for 6 to 10 reps, and of course, any decent shoulder press machine will get the job done. And if you don't have access to one, you can get a very similar effect with a seated dumbbell shoulder press, which is also unilateral and forces each shoulder to work individually. Okay, so Dr. Mike's number 1 pick for the front delts is an EZ bar front raise, and he gave 2 reasons why.